Janbask Training. Learn and grow.
For today's topic, by the way, the course flow will be something like this. Let me quickly, write it somewhere here. So, we'll be talking about the different kind of products. That's very important when we talk about Tableau from both understanding perspective and the job perspective. Then we'll talk about the data and its connection. As you might be knowing, Tableau provides you more than 200 plus direct connection to the data sources and 1000 plus connection to the alternate sources. When I say alternate sources, that means when Tableau doesn't have a direct connection to some of the data sources, how still you can import the data from those sources and work with Tableau. So that's something we'll talk. Further, we'll talk about the different kind of charts we are having and which is the great chart for which condition. We'll talk about multiple analytic function, which will help you in many cases. We'll also talk about something called as data exploration here, right, which will help you to do the data analysis, generate the insight, find the, provide the recommendation. So these things will work. And then we'll work certain advanced stuffs in Tableau. Those are like how you can write your custom code, what is Tableau query language, that we'll talk about. We'll also talk a little bit about something called as Tab CMD, which is majorly used, on the large scale by the administrator to manage their dashboards. Then we'll talk about something called life cycles in Tableau reporting, like what all things you need. Being a user, what all product you need, being a developer, what all things you need. So that we'll talk about. And later on, we'll be talking about something called as dashboarding. And finally, we'll end up creating some amazing stories on Tableau. That stories are nothing but it's a kind of PowerPoint presentation. The way you are seeing currently on my screen, it will be also almost similar. So that will be the entire flow. There will be multiple subtopics around it, right? So this will be the course structure. For today, we will be talking about what is Tableau, why it's so important, and the multiple products the Tableau is offering. What is in-memory BI tool and why it's so popular. A couple of important concepts in Tableau, what those are called as dimension and measures, and then OLTP, OLAP, and further will take you through the installation part, and we'll wrap up and we'll open for certain questions. So that will be the flow of the today's topic. Let's start. What is Tableau? So can someone of you, any one of you, give a brief idea, whatever, like you said, like you are having some basic experiences, right? You have seen something. So can Tableau is basically, a data visualization and analytics software that we have. It's a, US based company provides you the self-service business intelligence tool. When we say self-service business intelligence tool, that means like, if you are a business user also, right? If you're an indie user also, you can still work on this and create multiple amazing graphs. Like where I work, what we do, if there is a large team, right? So and they want to consume Tableau. So what we do, we basically prepare some data for them. We provide them the training, and for the things they do at their own. They create some, graphs. They create some calculations, and based on that, they find their own insights. We help them to set up the things. We help them to onboard on Tableau. Further things they do at their own. Or if some team is not even willing to do that, what do? We create a kind of portal, right, where everything will be there. When I say everything, that means let's say you are working for some kind of sales exploration, right? Sales related data sets. So what we'll do, we'll define some KPIs, which we'll talk in our, a course also, like what are KPIs, how you define a KPI, how you basically track the KPIs. KPI is nothing but key performance indicators, right? So if I have to measure the success of this particular batch, I need to define certain KPIs, like whether you are, clearing some certification, whether you are getting some job, whether you are, having some good knowledge to build certain products or certain projects. These will be our KPIs for this batch, right? So similar to it. So what we do, we create some kind of dashboard where we provide certain standard report depending upon their KPIs defined. And then we provide almost all kind of possible filters so that the team can further, make use of those filters and can get the desired data. So that we mean when we say self-service business intelligence tool. Earlier, Tableau used to be, a kind of just the visualization tool that was something like, you can create the report, you can share the report. But now I think in 2019, Tableau came ahead with one of the very exciting product called as Tableau Prep. With this Tableau Prep is nothing but a data preparation tool, guys. It's a data preparation tool. That means you might have heard about something called as ETL, extract, transform, load, right? This we use for data pipelining. Like whenever, let's say, you are getting the data from 10 sources and you have to get all those data, do something on it, and then further visualize with the help of Tableau. You can use any ETL tool or data pipelining tool for that. Earlier, Tableau was giving a great combination with a tool called as Alteryx. You might again have heard about it, right? But now Tableau has created its own product called as Tableau Prep, which is helping you with all these kind of data preparation. And that's why we say it's a complete data analysis and business intelligence tool. So it help you to connect, with their data, understand what exactly your data says, do certain basic data manipulation. When I say data manipulation, we will talk about data manipulation a little more tomorrow. So what I mean to say is, let's say you got a data and that data contains certain null values, right? Or that data contains certain illegal characters which are not supposed to be in our data set. So Tableau will automatically detect all those problems with the data and will show you. Okay, and then it will give you an option whether you want to get rid of all these kind of problems, right? You don't have to write the code. If you guys have some kind of experience with Excel or let's say R or Python, you must have done some kind of basic data cleaning, right? Like removing the null values or managing those null values with the help of mean, median, or whatever it is. If you are getting certain illegal characters, you might be removing it, right? You might be transforming it, you might be creating some other columns. So these are the basic data manipulation or basic data cleaning we do. Tableau does this automatically. It will show you that, okay, there are some cleaning needed for the data. And once you will do that, it will show you that just click it over there and that data will be getting cleaned. It will also show you some kind of comparison also, like what was your data earlier and after cleaning how it is, so that if you are not satisfied, you can revert it back to the original form of data. So these are some amazing feature of Tableau which gives you more advantage compared to the other tools, and gives you a completely prepared data to create the visualization. So as I told you earlier, Tableau is something having called as VisQL. Let me show you what do you mean by VisQL. At this particular part, you will be seeing that your data is not perfectly clean. So do you want to clean it, right? So once you will click on that option, it will be cleaned, and an Excel file will be coming over there, which will be showing you all the kind of comparison, like what was your data earlier, what's your data now, and what changes have been done, right? So these things are you can basically do. One more thing that I wanted to show you is something around Tableau has a kind of query language. This is the patented query language by Tableau called as VisQL, Visualization Query Language. So what happens, guys? Let's say you got certain data and now you want to write your own query. Those query can be, certain if-else statements, certain functions, right? Or similar to it, like custom coding, the coding we do in a SQL Server, right? So if you want to do those kind of coding, you can write those in terms of something called as VisQL. And in Tableau, we have something called as calculated field. Let me show you what I mean to say the calculated field. See it over there. So, all those things that I was talking about earlier, you will be getting from here. So if your data will not be cleaned, you will be getting an option from here. So tomorrow I'll take the data and will show you. Now, for now, I am just, adding something, just ignore for it so that I can show you what I mean to say. So if you will click it over there, although we'll talk about it little later, there is something called as calculated field. As you can see it on my screen. Here we write all kind of custom codes, guys. So, let's say something, if, user admin is something, right? If you want to write these kind of codes, these codes will be in terms of something called as VisQL, Visualization Query Language, right? So while we write the calculated field in Tableau, we can use this particular query language, which is called as Visualization Query Language, and can accomplish any kind of work. So what I mean to say is, if there is something directly not available in Tableau, means direct function is not available in Tableau, you can accomplish all those things with the help of this VisQL, which is pretty similar to SQL we are having. So this is something we'll talk, later on the course. This is something advanced topics we have, and we'll be talking about it. Now, why Tableau you can use? There are multiple reasons behind this. Is if you guys might have heard about Gartner's quadrant. Have you heard about it? Gartner quadrant. So Gartner is basically a company, market research company it is, and it gives, it creates basically a kind of magic quadrants for all the possible tools, technologies we have. Can you see this? This is the as of January 2019, and if I'm correct, then for January 2020 also, there has not been any changes. Almost similar thing we are having. So as you can see, the top position is at Microsoft Power BI, and then we have Tableau itself. Tableau was at the top position for around 6-7 continuous years, and then Power BI came, and as Power BI is pretty cheaper, right? So multiple companies were already having it, so it's taking the first place now. But Tableau, can you see this? These are the leaders. These two companies are the leader in data visualization side, right? So that's something called as Gartner Magic Quadrant. Along with Tableau and Power BI, we have something called as Qlik and ThoughtSpot as well, followed by MicroStrategy and others are there. Right? So for continuous 6-7 years, Tableau was the top product in this Magic Quadrant. Currently also, Tableau is one of the top product, in the Magic Quadrant. So it's a great tool for analytics. You can, find the insight from your data. Like let's say if you are looking for whether your data is having any outlier or not, whether your data, let's say you got a sales data and you want to see if you are having a kind of relationship between number of products sold and the total sales figure you are generating. So all these kind of analytics you can do in Tableau directly. If I can show you something here, again, I'm telling you these things will be doing in more detail when we'll proceed with our courses. For now, I'm just showing you what are the options available. Can you see this? There is an option called as analytics. So if you can see this analytics pane, we are having a lot of analytics, solution available like constant line, average line, median, Qualtrics, quantiles, box plots, total, average, reference line, multiple. Even you can do the machine learning with the help of Tableau directly. That's the power of this Tableau. You can do clustering, you can do forecasting, trend lines, multiple other things. Right? So it's giving you an amazing analytic solution on top of your data, right? There are multiple tools. Like I have worked on at least 4 or 5 analytical tool, like reporting tool, and haven't found any other tool so flexible the way we have Tableau. Okay? So it's an amazing tool, guys. It's give you great analytic feature. It's fast adoption at scale, means connecting the data, exploring the data, and then creating the report is pretty easy. We will be again talking about it, but for now just let's understand this way. So if you talk about any reporting tool, we have basically 3 steps of any reporting tool. Those are like, first you connect the data. So once you connect the data, you prepare the data. When I say preparation, I have told you something called as data cleaning, something called as data transformation, means taking that into the proper shape as Tableau needed. So once your data is done, guys, what we do, you will be having 3 steps. The first step is to create the worksheet. Second step is to create the dashboard. And third step is to create the story. Understand what are these. So based upon these 3 steps only, entire Tableau reporting is dependent on. So worksheet is like a normal paper sheet or notebook page, you can say. Now, for whatever requirement you have, you will be creating those many worksheets. For example, I'm just writing few requirements for now. Just understand. Let's say your client told you that I want to see sales per year. I also want to see the profit per month. And let's say third one he's looking for amount of sales in different region. So guys, let's understand. Leave Tableau. Don't think about Tableau. If you are if you're an analyst who will be working on this, how many graphs you will create for these 3 requirements? How many graphs you think we should be creating for these requirements? So what we do, let me help you here. Although we have customizations option available, but for now let's understand. One graph will be for sales per year that you can see it over there that I have created. You might create another graph which will be like, again, x-axis and y-axis. Here you can have month, and here you can have profit, right? And so some kind of trend or some kind of bar chart you can create. So this will be your second graph. And third graph you might create for, again, you can put a region over here, right? And here you can put sales, something like this. So three graph. Can you see this? We are the three requirement and we created three graphs. Although you can shorten it, but for now, I mean, in layman terms, we can say we need three graphs in total. Guys, the number of graphs you need, that will be your number of worksheet for that particular report. So if this is the requirement by client, you need three worksheet. Getting it? What is worksheet? Worksheet is a rough pane where we create our visualization, we create our calculation depending upon the requirement. For each calculation, for each visualization, you need to create separate worksheet. So this is the first step of Tableau visualization, creating the worksheet. As you can see on my screen currently, this one, you can see the sheet 1, again I will plus sheet 2, sheet 3, these are called as worksheets. These are called as basically worksheet. Now, the next step of visualization is creating the dashboard. So what we do, we basically combine the worksheet in a particular fashion to create the dashboard. So dashboard, remember, these two parts, the dashboard and the story that you are seeing, these are client deliverables, guys. So you need to work a little more on this part. This is a client deliverables. We deliver these stuffs, dashboard and story, to the client. So what we do, dashboard is again a kind of interface where we arrange the worksheet in an order to provide some meaningful information. When we say meaningful information, that means let's say you created this particular chart, these three charts. So you will be arranging these three charts in a particular fashion so that it will clearly tell the users that okay, this particular chart says this particular chart says this, and for the other things, right? So that's basically we call as dashboard. For a particular project, you can have multiple dashboards as well. You can have a single dashboard, you can have multiple dashboards, whatever suits your requirements, right? So that's something we call as dashboard. And then the last part of the Tableau visualization is called as story. It basically helps the developer like us to convey certain information. What I mean to say is, let's understand this way, guys. It's again important. Let's say you are a developer and you had 4 worksheets in your system, right? So what you did, you basically arranged all those four worksheets on your dashboard, right? On your dashboard, and you simply provided this to the client. Now, let's say you 3 people who are on the call, right? You are the client, okay? Now, I am the developer. I have not given any information to you, right? I have not asked you like how these dashboards should be read, how these should be consumed. I have not given you anything. So now there can be high chance that Leah can read this first, second this, third she can read this, and fourth she can read this. Whereas let's talk about Lisa. She can read this first one, then read this, then read this, and then read this, right? Next, Sneha can come and she can make some one she can read this, then 2 she can read this, then 3 she can read this, and then 4th she can read this. Are you guys getting my point? If I am not giving you any instruction, you are free to read anything, right? Any order. Like as I can show you with a different color, you guys can read it in different order. When this let's say Lisa has read like this, right? So when she will be reading like this 1 2 then 3 4, there are high chances that she might read to some different conclusion 1. Sneha might reach to some other conclusion 2. Leah might reach to some other conclusion 3. But being a developer, do I want all my user to reach some different conclusion? Being a developer, do you want your users to read to some different conclusions? No, we don't want. We always want all the users to get the same thing what I am intended to. Like when I build this report, when I build this dashboard, I must have certain intention, right? Like the user will be able to understand how their sales are growing. User will be able to understand if their sales are going down, what are the reason behind it, how they can improve the sale, what are the factors impacting the sales. These things I want my user to understand. These things should be my intention, being a developer, that my users should understand. But if I'm not giving them any proper direction, then they might do as they want. That's not my intention. That's not the the reason why I built this report, right? So this is the time, guys, where Tableau Story will be helping you. So in the form of Tableau Story, we can create something which will tell the users like how they should read the dashboard, what action they should take from the dashboard, right? So Tableau Story is basically a medium for the developers to convey their information, convey their message to the users, like how the dashboard should be read, what all information they should take, where they should click to get that particular information, how the data will be refreshed, and multiple other things. So we are directing the users to take the decision wisely. That's something we call Tableau Story. You can also use Tableau Story for the presentation purpose. The way I am using, this particular one steps, guys, for any Tableau visualization, we started with something called as, worksheet, right? Which is which you can say, the rough sketch of any report. Then we combine the worksheet in a meaningful fashion to create the dashboard. And then finally, we create the story, which can either be used for the presentation purpose, or the developer can direct the users like how their dashboard should be used. So these are the three steps of any Tableau development life cycle. It fits your environment. When we say fits your environment, that means Tableau, desktop is available for Windows, it's available for Linux, Mac OS, right? So all the major operating system, Tableau desktop is directly available, right? And then there is something called a Tableau server. I'll talk in next 2 minutes, right? And there will tell you like, at what all operating system the Tableau server is available. But for developers like us, Tableau desktop is something required, and it's available for all the environment. So you don't have to worry about it. And then mission critical platform. So when I say mission critical platform, like, reportings are something very, very, sensitive things. It basically, tells you almost everything about the organization. Like, let's say your financial officers are going into the meeting, they might have something created on the reporting side. If your CEO is going to give certain presentation for other clients, those will be again on the, some reporting side. It might be Tableau or whatever they are using, right? So it's a very critical platform, and Tableau gives you amazing security features as well. It has one of the best security features, in the industry. So you don't have to, think about like whether your data will be exposed to internet, whether data will be, hacked by someone or whatever it is, right? You don't have to think all those things. It's pretty secured. It's scalable. When we say scalable, like you can, let's say in your current organization, you just have 10 people. So you can start Tableau with 10 people. And when, let's say you have a scale to 20 people, similarly, you can scale Tableau as well. Right? It has some great features. Tableau community is one of the highly active community in the world, guys. It's really one of the highly active community in the world. You just put your question and you will get instant answers. There are multiple people, which are active in Tableau forums. There are a group of people called as Tableau Gen Master. They are called as the expert of Tableau. Multiple Gen Masters are there in the Tableau forum, and they will be, helping you with amazing things. You will be surprised to know that, if you can share some dummy data with them, they can even create the report for you. Literally, they create the worksheet for you, and attach the worksheet, you can download it and get your work done. It's that much, active forum. So if you need any kind of help, just put it over the, Tableau forum, and you can get your work done in almost no time. Okay. Now come back to the product and understand, being a developer, what all things you need. So Tableau comes with multiple products, guys. One of the most important and popular product is called as Tableau Desktop. Tableau Desktop is basically a development environment from Tableau. This screen that you can see on my screen currently, this tab, This is basically called as Tableau Desktop. Tableau Desktop is a development environment by Tableau. It is intended for the developers use. It's intended for the developers use. Here, basically, you do all kind of developments, connecting your data, transforming your data, creating the report, creating the dashboard, creating the storage, doing the calculations, applying the filters. All these things you can do in Tableau Desktop. So it's a development environment for Tableau, and you can do almost everything on Tableau Desktop. Now, the next product that we have is called as Tableau Prep. Tableau Prep, as I have little talked about it, it's a kind of data preparation tool. So what happens? Let's say your client has asked you to create some kind of system where you have 5 data sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means they have the sales data coming from, let's say, some databases. They have the user information coming from some Excel sheets. They have region information coming from some other database, and something different, right? So if you are getting the data sources from 5 different data from 5 different data sources, directly connecting all those 5 to Tableau won't be a good idea. Why? It will hamper your performance. It will take a longer time to load the graph, which is not feasible. The industry standard loading time is somewhere around 10 seconds, guys. Okay, so if your report is loading for more than 10 seconds, then that means you need to optimize your report. So what we do in those cases, you can create something called as data pipeline. You do all the calculations, all the transformation at the backend, and can join the finalized data, connect the finalized data to Tableau Desktop only, right? So all these things can be done with the help of Tableau Prep. So if you are a student and getting 1-year license from for Tableau Desktop, you can use that license in Tableau Prep also. So it's a data preparation tool, The next product we have is called as Tableau Server. Very, very important tool, guys. Very, very important tool. So what happens? If you are a developer, you will be where you will create your report. Can you tell me, based upon the couple of products we have talked just now, where you will develop the report if you are a developer? Tableau Desktop. Perfect. So you will develop the report in Tableau Desktop, right? Now, whatever report you will develop in Tableau Desktop will be just for you. Understanding this? If I'm creating something here, understand this. If I am creating, okay, so this one you can see the currently on my screen. This is basically, whatever you will create over here, that will be just available for you. It will be on your local system. You cannot share this with someone else. Are you getting the point? This is on your system, on your local system. If you want to, share this with me, you need to basically, do something which will help you to share this. So Tableau Server is basically, a kind of platform where we publish our report. So whatever work you will do on your Tableau Desktop, you will connect the Tableau Desktop to Tableau Server and publish all your work over here. Once you have published your report, you can share with others, you can provide the access to others, right? And the other people can collaborate with you. So it's a kind of website you can think of where all your reports will be published and will be available for the further use. So if you are a developer, these are the must-have product for you. Tableau Desktop for creating the report, and Tableau Server for publishing and sharing the report. We will be working on Tableau Desktop for around 90% of the time, and 10% of the time I'll help you to, how to publish the report, how to manage your report on Tableau Server, how to provide the access, how to schedule the refresh, how you can, schedule your data refresh, and multiple other things. How you can send the email with the help of Tableau Server. Let's say your sales data is going down. How you can send the email alert to your sales managers, right? So all those things will be working on Tableau Server. So 10% of our time will be on Tableau Server. The next product by Tableau is called as Tableau Online. Tableau Online is like Tableau Server itself. Just the difference is in Tableau Server, the infrastructure means the server where you will install Tableau Server, the system where you will install the Tableau Server will be provided by you, means the client. In case of Tableau Online, it is on the cloud. When I say it is on the cloud, that means directly from the Tableau, and all the server infrastructure related things will be dealt by Tableau itself. You don't have to think like, whether what kind of server you should create for Tableau Server, how much space you should have. If you are, lowering your space, how it will be happening. If sometime you have a space crunch, how you will do that. All these things will be automatically taken care by Tableau itself when you use Tableau Online. So I'm just giving you a very good point, like when to both Tableau Server and Tableau Online works for the similar purpose. Now the thing is, if you are a guy who have to select whether you should go with Tableau Server or Tableau Online, how you will select it? So there is one differentiation point, guys, over here. If you want your report to be on-premise, on-premise means in your environment itself, you don't want anything to go outside, use Tableau Server. Second requirement is, if you want your report to be on intranet, means you want only for your organization, you don't want to make it to public for someone else, use Tableau Server. If these are not your requirement, you can go ahead with Tableau Online. Means if you are good having your report on internet, you can go ahead with Tableau Online, right? So these are the couple of requirements, how we differentiate between Tableau Server and Tableau Online. If you want the things on your on-premise itself, you can use Tableau Server. If you want it over the internet, you can go ahead with Tableau Online. Apart from four that we had talked about, there are few more. What are those? Tableau Public. Someone have installed it, Tableau Public, right? So Tableau Public is basically a free tool by Tableau, guys. It's a completely free tool. Let me show you. So Tableau Public is basically a free tool by Tableau, which anyone can use. Just the catch over here is whatever you will do, and once you're publishing that to Tableau Public, it will be exposed to everyone. Means data security is not over there. Means whatever you do, anything will be exposed to the public. Even public can see your data. So it's not good for your company. You cannot use your company data on Tableau Public. That's basically the catch over here. Okay, so but you can use it for your personal practice purpose. But still, I would recommend you going through Tableau Desktop, because that's something we use in our industry also. So you will be already understanding what a company demand and what you have. So that's something called as Tableau Public. Apart from these two, apart from Tableau Public, we have a couple of more free tools, guys. One is called as Tableau Reader. Tableau Reader is a desktop tool which you can use for viewing the report. You cannot do anything else. You can just import your files and can view that in Tableau Reader. So if your company has, let's say, just 5 people, you may not want to spend a lot on Tableau Server. Instead, you can share that file and everyone can see it in Tableau Reader, right? So that's something, again, free tool. And apart from all this, Tableau also has Tableau mobile application. So you can connect your mobile application to Tableau Server or Tableau Online and can see the reports over there also. So just summarizing this, if you are a developer, you have to master Tableau Desktop and have some basic idea about Tableau Server. So these are a couple of things that you have to be sure, right? So this way you can work with it. Tableau is like in-memory system. In-memory system means whenever you store your data, whenever you connect your data, Tableau take everything in your RAM. Tableau take everything in your RAM, and whatever work you do, it will be on the RAM itself. So what happens? Let me create something over here. So let's say this is your data, right? This is your original data source. This is the RAM of your system, and this is Tableau. Okay. So now what will happen, guys? This is your original data source. This is the RAM of your system, and this is Tableau interface. So Tableau, whenever you connect data to Tableau, Tableau put everything in your RAM. And now next time, let's say you did certain calculation. Let's say you found mean value. So instead of Tableau going to your data back again and refreshing everything, it won't do that. What it will do? It will simply look for your RAM. And as we all know, pulling the information from the RAM is a lot faster compared to pulling the information from your original data sources. That's the reason it gives you a better performance by using in-memory computation. It has some disadvantage also. It has some advantage also. Like it gives you amazing speed. Okay. There are multiple things which are pre-calculated only. So these things can, be in the advantage side by using in-memory. There are some disadvantage also. So disadvantage means, if you are using with lower RAM, if your system has got a limited number of RAM, it might be little tedious to work on all this, right? So that's something we call in-memory computation. Tableau uses your intermediate data into the RAM and pull the data on RAM itself. It don't directly look for your data source all the time. Apart from all these, guys, let me show you one more thing, very important thing here. Can you see this? Can you see this? This was our data sources. As you can see, we are having these many columns in our data source. When I connected this data source, Tableau automatically converted some of the column into dimension and some of the columns into measures. So what are these dimension and measure? So what happens? Dimension and measures are the two part of Tableau. What it does, whenever you connect a data source to Tableau, Tableau will automatically convert all the columns into some dimension or some measure. Now, how it does? So understand this very carefully, because this is something we'll be using throughout our course. So dimension is something. Dimension will be basically those columns whose value will be fixed. When I say value will be fixed, something like product name. If I am, I'm an owner of Superstore, the number of products I will be selling, the name of the products will be fixed, right? I will be selling 1,000 product, 2,000 product. It won't be like, today I'm in my storage having one product and tomorrow I'm having 100,000 product. It won't be like that. There will be some limited set of products. So the column whose values are fixed, you can consider those as the dimension. And the columns whose values are not fixed, like sales value are not fixed. I can sell some product today at $10.2 and tomorrow I can put it at $20.5 also, $20.3 also, right? So this is something not fixed. Number of quantity. For the same product A, today I have sold 10 quantity, tomorrow I might be selling 100 quantity, right? So again, this is not fixed. So to all the columns where your values are not fixed, like number of sales, quantity, profit, discount, all these values are not fixed. So these will be called as measures, and the columns whose values are fixed will be called as dimension. These are a couple of features of Tableau which help you to manage your data in a particular fashion. Like you will be having some dimensions together, some measures together, and then it will be basically segregated in the form, right? Just understand, dimension, whenever you will use any dimension, all the values will be used. Whenever you will use certain measures, aggregated forms will be used. Then OLTP and OLAP. So this is something, not specific to Tableau. It is basically generic thing for all the kind of analytics software, be it SQL, be it Tableau, be it Excel. It's basically common to everything. So OLTP, it's a place where your insert update things are happening. So OLTP, basically in OLTP, we do the CRUD operation, online transaction processing. We basically do the CRUD operation. Means if you have to insert the data, update the data, delete the data, all these things you can do in OLTP systems. It's a user interface, is a source for OLTP system. It's basically used for business. Means whenever you do some data analysis, right? So before doing the analysis part, you need to do certain data transformation, and all those things will be done in OLTP connection. While in OLAP, which is the analytical processing system, we basically do the analysis part, like getting the insight from your data, generating certain business recommendation for the client, right? So these things comes under OLAP. So OLTP, you can consider this as the data preparation part. OLAP, you can think considering as the analytics part. So that's basically the difference between OLTP systems and OLAP systems. Okay, so that's something we have for today.
JanBass Training. Learn and grow.